Hello, hello, my beloved waking gods and goddesses. Welcome to Love, Truth, and Beauty. Do it yourself, spiritual awakening for divine in the flesh, where together we learn how to surf, hack, and navigate the ups and downs of the totality of human experience, creating a new earth beyond the limitations of this perception, managed reality matrix of five senses, having discovered our true divine creative natures in our true sensual sensorial universe of seven senses, composing formless into form outside of the matrix in the true quantum field creation field universe. Before you get started, please do give this video a thumbs up. Please also hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, selecting the all settings so that when I upload videos, YouTube will let you know. I generally upload Tuesdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Eastern. My name is Maria West, and I am your hostess of the highest, here to download, upload, inspire, and usher you into your bestest and brightest selves, your bestest and brightest light, and inviting you all to open your hearts wider and wider and wider still. Hello, my love bugs, my honey bunnies, my boobalas. Mwah. Welcome to Love, Truth, and Beauty, episode 272. That's right. Hi, my loves. It's been a long minute since I did my usual intro. And yes, Bryce and Bootsy, I am waiting for your public roasting and imitations of my intro shtick. So bring it on, both of you, would you please? Okay. All right. Today's video, I address the polarities of expansion and contraction. Now, over the last several months, my life has been a series of significant, major expansions professionally and emotionally intense contractions personally. Now, I've received a few dozen or so emails over the last, let's say, 6 months from viewers sharing their intense processes of straddling the polarities of expansion and contraction, whilst simultaneously questioning and struggling the how-tos of coming to balance and sustaining that balance, which requires, hands down, the understanding of the energetics, of the dynamics of expansion, contraction, along with self-compassion and empathy. Okay, now the matrix powers that want to be, what they do is they project the sharp slings and arrows of judgment and criticism, highlighting the overimportance of fast, furious, and consistent expansion only at all costs, professionally, personally, and spiritually, often deeming any contraction or slowdown as a failure, a weakness, or just plain laziness. Okay, now for me, as a former adrenaline junkie, I can attest to the constant highs of excitement and being on top of my game in all areas of my life. My addiction to faster, fastest, and looking hot and pulling it all off in style was slowly killing me in more ways than one, making the constant striving a mental affliction, a mental problem, reflecting my complex PTSD of not even being good enough ever. Now, little did I know that I was on the edge of a nervous fucking breakdown and major burnout. And I was out of balance at this particular time of my life in my mid-20s. I wasn't listening to my body. I was overriding all those signs. So guess what? The universe handled the details and took care of my willful ignorance of my exhaustion from the incessant expansion, the constant expansion of yes, it did happen. I'm not making this up. A drunk driver hit me, fracturing my hip as I crossed a busy intersection. My right of way, yes, crossing that intersection, completely irrelevant. Okay. Now, sometimes the universe handles the details to activate the much needed stillness required. And I wasn't listening, kids. My fractured hip literally immobilized me and allowed me to rethink my life at that time. Now, through trauma-based mind control, the matrix erroneously endeavors to define who and what we are. Most of us fall for it. And at that time in my life, the motto, be all that you can be, along with my not yet processed feelings of having to prove my worthiness by doing everything, including raising other people's children, marriage, buying income property before I was 25, performing as a singer-songwriter, etc. I mean, the list went on and on and on and on. The matrix and trauma-based mind control of pop culture advocate expansion and constant productivity, the exclusivity of the masculine mindset, rewarding those who sacrifice their well-being to chase fame and fortune and be the best of the best, and anything less is looked down upon and frowned upon, okay? Even New Age bullshit, my loves, through the bogus application of reality creation modalities like law of attraction and reality transurfing seems to cater to and ass kiss and adulate those folks who magically seem to have their lives way more together than the rest of us via constant expansion, otherwise known as materialization, manifestation, goal hitting, okay? I assure you, they do not. They struggle, like the rest of us, with the proverbial questions and challenges of what the fuck living in balance is and how to live in balance and neutralize those critical inner voices of our critical pre-verbal caretakers demanding we grow the fuck up and override and bully our exhaustion, our lack of inspiration, our much needed time to rest and rejuvenate, and to continue to prove our worthiness and high value. And if we require rest, according to some demented folks, we are certainly fucking up for sure and not doing life right. My God. Okay, stop it, kids. I call bullshit. Now, in truth, every expansion has an equal and opposite contraction. No expansive trajectory is ever sustainable. Conversely, no contraction lasts forever. There is a natural ebb and flow of life, death, rebirth, ever becoming, and an undoing, a folding. Contraction and expansion are flip sides of the same coin of life, therefore are two parts, my loves, of the same yin-yang process of living, and listen up, in relationship to others and the world, or with your layer of the universe. Now, you learn about yourself, your limitations, and energetic cycles of self-care in your relationship with the world and how the world and these relationships affects you, not by living in isolation or in a bubble. Now, we can heal, grow, and evolve far more effectively when we are in balance, my loves. Though, in truth, most of us make changes that last through the repairs that we need to make to correct our errors in judgments where we weren't paying close attention to what was truly going on in our lives. Okay? All our energy can be utilized for our respective desired intentions for our layers of the universe, respectively. This balance of heart, mind, body, soul coordination, where we get to make time and space to cry and grieve, to be tired and rejuvenate, to laugh, play, love, get mad, create, delete, sleep, eat, make love, hide, nap, watch movies, play music, travel, and everything else under the sun, moon, and stars. Now, when we are out of balance, our energy is out of balance and cannot be effectively utilized for maximum performance or maximum rest. Okay, now, how many of us have had the experience of that level of exhaustion and tiredness where you're so tired that you can't even sleep? Okay, now I've experienced this combo of exhaustion, overstimulation, and insomnia. It's not pretty. As a teacher, speaker, performer, and entertainer over the years, I've also experienced the post-event, post-performance contraction of feeling and going flatline, being exhausted, and even mildly feeling depressed from the significant output of energy in sharing my work, sharing my teachings, music, and dance with an audience. It's normal to energetically experience post-performance depression, anxiety, what the fuck, critiques, what you could have done better, revision, exhaustion, and low energy. It's your body's call for balance and rest and renewal. Now, I consider expansion to be very young, very intense. Too much young energy can dysregulate your body and compromise your health and your immune system, sending your adrenals into overdrive, drowning your body in stress hormones, and reaching instead for sugar and caffeine to boost you up and buoy up your moods. Now, contraction, which is yin, which is a slowdown, can also dysregulate the entirety of your being with severe muscular tightness, energetic collapse, and depression. Now, a state of inner balance creates inner peace and promotes self-fulfillment. Okay, it allows for self-fulfillment. When we have achieved this state of inner balance, my loves, we can remember it and use it as a reference point, a go-to, a state of being to aspire to and to replicate. This will increase our awareness of when we go out of balance so it can be corrected so that we notice it before it's too late. And often, when we practice this, it just takes a minor tweak here and there, correcting toxic thoughts or up-leveling our emotions. Sometimes simply accepting the fact that you're tired is good enough for the renewal process to automatically begin without resistance to those sensations. Now, resistance to any sensation causes contraction and stresses tension, okay? The law of balance can be applied by being aware of your imbalances. This is learning by contrasting experiences, okay? This is my invitation to you, my love bugs, my darlings, to track your energies and notice if and when you override your need for rest or your desire to take a break and back the fuck up from the uber masculinized doing, you know, the ya-ya-ga-ga-za-za of the world, the matrix, and allow the divine feminine beingness of resting and receiving, being magnetic to renewal. And if that causes you stress and anxiety, to notice that and acknowledge your mindset and feel into your resistance to relax and choose to remain tense and close and resist the contraction that is the natural flow, my loves, and transition from expanding so much so and so widely that your energy needs to renew and refuel because you are actually on an empty tank. Now, burning out is not attractive. Overexpansion drains our juiciness, drains and dehydrates our skin and our bodies, tenses our muscles into rigidity, and eventually defaults to chronic pain and stiffness. Burnout brings about intense depression, a lack of inspiration, a loss of vitality, and builds a toxic emotional charge cocktail of guilt and shame, anger, rage, frustration, and fear that we're dying from neglecting to listen to the needs of our hearts and body minds for much needed downtime for recreation, rest, relaxation, self-care, self-love, and deep, restful sleep. The overarching neglect is a form of expression of the unconscious toxic masculinity of self-abuse and self-murder that eventually can lead to soul murder. The opposite is also true as well, that of succumbing to contraction and inertia and oming out into oblivion and zero action, complete right brain imbalance. Now, to achieve and sustain the balance, start with your breathing. The rhythms of your inhalation and exhalation will determine your balance. Focus on your breathing and see how your emotions become better balanced, how your thoughts have less focused attention going on. You start noticing the sort of cloud-like movement of thoughts and emotional states. Open to the possibility, my loves, of allowing inner balance to create outer balance as your desired state continually. And of course, this is the antithesis of our collective mind control, our collective brainwashing of the adherence to the left brain masculine mode of doing, achieving, and going from one project to the next, to the next. Now, your homework, should you decide to take it on, I want you to journal about your process of doing and being. That is the divine masculine principles and the divine feminine principles, respectively. Are you more left brain or right brain, more doing, more being, or are you balanced and have this left-right brain synchronization? If so, lucky you. Now, how did you achieve that balance if you're one of those cool people that can actually do that? Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. Okay? Please share your processes in the comments below and let us know. I invite you to approach your stance on expansion and contraction with great wonder and curiosity. Please do so and journal your discoveries without judgment, without criticism, or inclination to fix or change it. By engaging in this particular journaling practice, you will notice a spaciousness and a dissolving of tension and tightness around the perpetual no-win situation of indiscriminate expansion, which is very much like an addiction to the dopamine rush garnered through the superficial affirmations of instant social media attention, very short-lived and unsustainable in maintaining egoic gratification required in the perpetual expansion and endless scrolling. Life's highs and lows are the cosmic dance, my love. So drink plenty of water, get good rest, move and groove your body, pamper yourself with the yumminess of tastes and aromas and pleasurable sensualities, and think good thoughts by up-leveling your thought quality, shifting your emotional contents toward acceptance and ease and feeling good and being curious and asking the questions like, what if? Wouldn't it be wonderful if? Decide who and what you want to be. Choose balance. Journal about what that looks like in your layer of the universe. Visualize yourself, my loves, living your life of balance, expanding and contracting as your life inspires you from moment to moment to moment. Deactivate within your being any black and white thinking. Dissolve all that all or nothing attitude, okay? Let yourself soften the edges of egoic doing, allowing yourself to just be and feel how relieving it is to just be yourself, even if it's just for a brief moment. Savor it and intend to discover that space of being more and more and more. Okay, my loves, that is my speech. I hope this is helpful. I want you to be kind to yourselves, and I want you to decide that your layer of the universe is kind and loving and friendly and has your back and brings you all the good things and all the lovely people. And, receive, open to receive. Please help me grow my channel by giving this video a thumbs up. Please Also, leave a comment in the comments box below or in private. Please share this video with your communities, friends, family members, and on social media platforms you feel would benefit from this content. Please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, selecting the all settings so that when I upload the YouTube will let you know. And if you find value, enjoy, or benefit from my content and videos, or at least entertained by them, won't you consider supporting my work through a donation? My PayPal link is below, as is mycoffee.com/dakinikiss link, where you can buy me a proverbial cup of coffee and support my work that way. I thank you all so much for hanging out with me, with your participation and focused attention. I really do appreciate it. I cannot do this work without you, and I do this work for you, and especially for those of you who know that you are so much more, way more than what the Matrix endeavors to try to convince you you only are. So until next time, my dear hearts, always act from love, outside of the Matrix, from your center screen, composing a new reality. That's right. Let's quantum jump and quantum leap all our respective lifelines so that we can all be the love that we are. We can share our love. We can create, make art, make music, make love, and you can all help me repopulate the true quantum field, creation field universe. Here's to love, truth, and beauty, my beautiful waking gods and goddesses. Mwah!